Oh my goodness! Hello and happy Saturday! Welcome
Hello.
to Disney Night Live. We're live. How you doing, everybody?
Good. How are you?
I am awesome. I'm so excited to be back after a couple of weeks off. Hello to everybody out there in TV land. Hello to Animal Kingdom, Aaron, and to Mike and Becki Blencowe, and to Don and Marie, who are trying to join desperately, but are, I think, having some issues with their headphones or something, and they'll join. I mean, listen, they'll join. They'll figure it out.
They'll be here.
Mm-hmm. This is not their first, as you would say, rodeo. You know what I mean?
Familiar.
It is not. But it is Saturday. It's 8 p.m. and we're back after a couple weeks off. I'd like to apologize. Again, I'm on vacation, and I'd apologize for being on vacation, but I'm not really sorry for it. But
I wouldn't be either.
No need to be.
Yeah, things happen, and we took last week off. But we're back this week for another fun show of Disney Night Live. I'd like to ask everybody who's watching to please share us out all over social medias. Right now, I'm trying to monitor on one screen because I'm not home, and I usually have 4 screens going at home. So I'm trying to monitor the Facebook Live, and I'm monitoring Instagram Live and YouTube and all the other good things. But I'd like to say hi to anybody who's watching. Hello to Lily Johns. Hello, I believe I see T Nina. And hello to you. Happy Saturday.
Hello, you.
Happy Saturday.
Howdy. Cheers. I'd like to unofficially ask Ship Bottom Brewery here in Long Beach Island to sponsor us. I'm all about the Ship Bottom gear and the Ship Bottom beer. So cheers to you, Aaron. Cheers to you guys. What do you got here last night,
Cheers.
Aaron?
All I have is coffee, so sorry.
High life.
I have water. I'm living on the edge.
Becky's going crazy tonight. I have an orange.
I am.
Sunset.
Watch out, people.
Yep, fruity IPA. Becky might get crazy tonight. You never know. I mean,
Watch out.
you don't know what's in that water.
Hey, I just had an adult-free trip. I'm totally going crazy.
I know. You know, we were going to talk about this last weekend, but we're going to do it tonight because, again, we took last weekend off. But Mike and Becki recently came back from a Walt Disney World adult trip, like kid-free trip. And that doesn't happen often if you're a couple or people with children. It doesn't happen.
Does not.
Like, right.
It's never happened for us, not at Disney.
No.
Yeah,
We've never done it before.
You know,
We're lucky we get to the grocery store without a kid.
That's true.
It is very different. Oh, you know what? Somebody over on YouTube, Rat's Stash, says, hello, Becki.
Oh, hey, Renee.
Oh, Renee, I didn't know you went by Rat's Stash. Hi, I didn't know it was you, but hello to you. I only know her by Renee, you know? I mean, who would have known?
Renee's a good friend of mine.
Well, hello. Any good friend of Becki or Mike's is a good friend of ours in the show. And thank you for tuning into YouTube. And that's the great thing about social media. We're everywhere. You know, it doesn't really matter where you're tuning in from or how you tune in, but just tune in because that's what's the important thing. We just want you here, right? We want you to be part of our Disney Night Live, Ohana, the family.
Hang out.
Right? Just hang out. Just hang out for a Saturday for an hour or so.
What else are you doing?
Yeah, what else are you going to do tonight? Listen, what are you going to do?
Right.
Go to a fancy dinner? Right?
Right.
Yeah, save your money and hang out with us.
Yeah, you're going to spend some money? You're going to go somewhere fun? No. You hang out with us. You know?
Go grab your water and let's get wild.
Get yourself some hydrate and get yourself some high quality Waterboy H2O.
H2O.
Right? Yeah. 4 weeks from today, T Nina says, I will be at Disney on a T Nina and an Ed only trip. And that is
nice.
That's what we're talking about tonight. I mean, we're talking about
it's awesome.
Just a couple folks, you know, without kids strolling around through Disney doing crazy stuff.
Dragging our old corpses around without any responsibility.
I hear Kim. What are you yelling from the other room?
Childless millennials.
Childless millennials tooling around. Yeah, they're not child.
For a couple of days.
Oh, you got wait. What's a millennial again? What's the age group? I forget the age
See,
group.
we're not millennials.
We're not
We're Gen X, I
We're
think.
Gen X's for sure.
Gen X too, right? I'm 50.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So what's a millennial? Like, what's the age group for that?
Ask Colton.
I think it's like, yeah.
Colton, my new millennial.
Young
I think
whippersnappers.
I'm a millennial.
Really, Aaron? Are you a millennial?
I'm
I-
29.
Aaron is. Yeah, but you don't come across as a millennial to me.
Oh.
No, he doesn't. Not to me either.
No,
Not to me
Aaron's
either.
he's got an older soul, you know,
For sure.
for a young man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're
Absolutely.
definitely anytime somebody below 30 is going to hang out with people in their 50s, you know, and up there, then they've got an old soul.
Hey. Hold on there. I'm not there yet.
No, me, you know?
I mean, I'm getting close, so
Yeah, I was gonna say you're on the borderline there, buddy.
I'm getting close.
And
Yikes.
now a word from our sponsors.
Yeah. Cut it
I'm
quick.
talking about me. I mean, I'm old. I'm 52, you know, but it's always nice to have people that are younger that would like to hang out with you. Like I have a friend at work, Anthony, and his daughter's 20, and she interned for us, and she just gets along so well with like the older people. And I think there's
Mhm.
some younger kids that can, and some younger kids that can't really relate. So,
Right.
T90 says, "I'm a boomer baby." See what I did there? She's a boomer baby.
Mhm.
We should talk
So I
about
don't
Team
think I'm
Africa, though. Yeah, exactly. Let's talk about our friends. It's been a couple weeks. I sent some new podcast episodes to our friends over at dmagicworld.com. Again, our only sponsor, but not just a sponsor, friends of the show, people that are just like, again, we like to think of you guys as our Ohana. And because D Magic World is the premium 24/7 streaming Disney music magic station. They are playing Disney parks music, Disney movie music. They are playing your requests because your opinion matters. You write into them, you say right on the request page what you want to hear, and they will play it. And not only that, but you can say who it's from. And then like when the request goes live, it says not only what's playing, but who requested it, which is pretty cool because you know, the fact that like even with our show, right? Like an engagement is important. Like people I found like when they watch shows and stuff want to feel engaged or they want to feel like part of it. So when your name's mentioned or something, that's really cool. So Lily John says, I'm a boomer also. So the Magic World is sponsored by boomers all over the world. I mean, you know, check them out, please. They're our friends. Again, dmagicworld.com. Don't forget to click on that Now That's Disney tab on their homepage. When you're listening live too, you want to make sure you're listening. But click on that, takes you right to our Now That's Disney Facebook group where it all started. And yeah, so that's what we got. What's going on, my brother? I see my brother's watching. How you doing? We hung out with my brother and my sister-in-law Roberta last night here on vacation. They came down. We had some dinner with them. Do you need me to open that bottle of wine for you? We had a nice seafood dinner with Dorothy Mantooth.
No.
And my brother brought some of his homemade barrel-aged bourbon, which was, let me tell you something. Something I've ever had in my life. Yeah, my brother. If you like bourbon, my brother.
I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
What?
But I love to try homemade stuff.
You would love it. There's no
Oh.
like afterburn in his bourbon, like whatsoever. There was no really bad like bourbon you take. You know what I mean? You take a nice swig of something, scotch or a bourbon or something, and it burns, and you're like, you know, like
Didn't
but,
taste like
no,
a rotten log.
It didn't taste like anything like that. It tasted kind of like my brother, and that's if you've ever tasted him before. He's
Wow. I was gonna say, okay.
yeah. I mean, listen,
Have
my
you?
brother-
Is the real question.
we shared a room for a long time, you know. As kids, so. I said, I watched Kim trying to open a bottle of wine. She's She's still sure the cork got stuck inside the wine. Would you like me to help you? You know what you do? You take a lighter to the.
I got
No,
it.
she's yelling at me.
She's got it. She's got it.
Look at me.
As I think Donna. Oh, you did it! Congratulations.
It shouldn't make half
Oh, it's
of it.
only she didn't do it, guys. Look at it.
It broke.
I did
It's
it.
like a tater
You got
tot.
half of it.
The other end.
She pulled the tater tot out of the bottle of wine.
You got
I think
half
Donna
of it.
Marie are ready. Let's see. Donna Marie are live on location. Can you guys hear us?
Hey
Yay.
guys.
Hi, Donna
We
Marie.
just got new iPhones, and we had iPhone 12s, and we have the new 15s, and it's just so sensitive. The
Yeah.
screen, the touch screen's really sensitive.
Those no you darn.
iPhones.
Yeah.
Fangled computer.
You better take that
Yeah.
slow.
I got to take what?
That beer slow.
Oh, this one. Yeah, this beer is 9%, and it's a Big Daddy. Kim said I should take it slow, but I say no.
Full steam ahead.
Put your foot to the floor.
Yeah, but Donna Marie, you guys did it. You figured it out, and you're here, which is great. You're live on location here with Disney Night Live, which is awesome. We're happy to see you guys as well.
Well, we're happy to be here. Just wanted
Thanks.
to let you know we did a test run earlier, and I had Marie's earbuds working. I had my earbud working, and then when we tried to hook up, we're like, okay,
We lost
half
it.
hour before the show,
Yeah.
everything was working, and then 3 minutes before the show, it's like it doesn't work.
No. A test
Of
run
course.
on a live stream is just like when you have a sound going on in your car, and then you bring it to the mechanic, and you're like, "Do you hear it?" And they're like, "I don't hear anything."
They don't hear it.
That's what a
They
test
never
run
do.
on a live
Yep.
stream is, right?
Except unless that sound is worth over $2,000, then they hear it.
Then they hear it all of a sudden.
I was just talking about that. They go look at everything else, the stuff that's going
Yeah.
to cost the most, before
Yeah,
they go to the quick fix. That's like
I don't hear
$100.
anything. I heard it on the way there, and then you hear it when you leave, and they're like, "I didn't hear anything." But that's what a test run in live stream world is. If you've ever done a live stream, or like, you can prep as much as possible, but as soon as you go live, there's always like weird issues that happen, like Wi-Fi or headphone. Really,
Yeah.
Then the floor falls out. The floor falls out the bottom.
Mm.
You had that a couple times, didn't you, where it didn't work?
Oh yeah, we jumped through hoops to make
Oh,
sure
yeah.
things were happening.
Nonsense. Hello to my friend Ron from work. Ron is tuning in, and I see some other folks. Again, I'm trying to manage everything here on one screen, but
He's a manager.
That's a bummer.
you know, I'm kind of a manager. I manage some things. I manage, other things.
Stress
but
level.
stresses and family and work. Hello, Ron. But yeah, so listen, Mike and Becki a couple weeks ago got home from their trip. They went to Walt Disney World. No children, They said, heck, let's do this. Weren't you guys talking about taking like a close vacation or something, or like?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what happened was my mom had called me out of the blue and was like, I was wondering if it would be okay if I took Rowan with me for a week to North Carolina to see my aunt. And so Mike and I talked about it. And we're like, yeah, sure, why not? He would have fun. He doesn't get out much this summer. We didn't have any plans for the summer for any trips or anything. So it was something nice for him to do. And I said to Mike, I'm thinking about maybe taking just a staycation, just take a couple days off of work since Rowan's not going to be here, just to kind of relax. And he's like, yeah, I will too. And then he said, why don't we go to the beach for the weekend? For a couple of days, we'll go to the beach, just the two of us. And I was like, oh, we could, yeah.
Ocean City.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
And then I was joking, and I was like, we could go to Disney, and he's like, can we though? And I was like, well, I mean, technically we have the points, being BBC members. And he's like, make it happen. If you can make it happen, make it happen.
I said book it.
Yeah. So I was like, well, let me see what we
I'm
can
ready.
do. And
I'm ready right now.
so originally I looked on and I was like, I could get 2 nights at the boardwalk. And he's like, book it. So unfortunately, I was like hot on the ticket, and I like literally hit the button, was like book. And so we booked it. We're like, yeah, we're going to Disney. And then I went back just to look through, and I was like, oh man, I didn't think that through, and I should have really like paid more attention. and I found 3 nights, 4 days at Bay Lake. And I was like, oh, we've never stayed at either one of them. So I honestly, to be fair, I'm going to be 100% honest here. I was never a big fan of like the contemporary, never walked into Bay Lake, so I have no idea. But I was like, well, my thought was, I don't think Rowan is going to like contemporary so much. So if we're going to take a trip just without kids, maybe this would be the best place to go. So I went in and I tried doing.
Hi, Kim.
Hey, we see Kim in the background.
Let's say hi, Kim.
Hi.
For some reason, pulling up the shades,
I think that they can see the ocean.
thinking you guys could see the ocean behind me.
Yeah, they.
I
All
can
you
see it.
see is you can see the naked guy just got out of the shower in the house behind you. No.
I think you can see it through the window.
You might be able to very slightly, but the lighting in here is sensitive. But so
we booked I booked Bay Lake. I switched my reservation, and then what happened was, not to get in all DVC technical or anything, but they gave me the points back on the wrong year, and I was like, oh my god, what the heck happened? Now I'm not going to be able to use these. So I had to call Disney. Long story short, they were able to give me a one-time like exception, and they moved my points over to Bay Lake. So we got the 4 days at Bay Lake, and that was how we ended up going. And because to be fair, I would have literally never planned a July trip to Disney because we are not summer Disney people.
But if the opportunity presents itself, no kids, see ya, bye.
Sometimes those sporadic, trips are really what it's all about, right? Yeah, like you just do it.
For sure.
And because we've had a couple of those in our lifetime, and we're like, go somewhere, Disney? Yeah, sure, let's go in August. Right, let's do it. But
I thought worst case scenario, we would just sit at the pool if it was that hot. We had no plans. We had nothing to worry about. We didn't have to entertain Rowan or anybody else. So we're like,
you adjust your days too in the heat of, we've talked about it before here on the shows in the past. Like when it's really hot and you're visiting, we'll do the pool during the day and then we hit the parks later on.
Yeah, the hottest part of the day, hit the pool.
Yeah.
But being that we were only there for 4 days, we knew we were only going to do. We had to figure out what we were going to do as far as parks go because we weren't going to get all 4 parks, and we knew that. So
we probably could have, really.
We probably could have, but we've always, for literally every trip we've ever done, we've always had like more of a tradition that the first day we get very early flights in, and we always do swimming and Bay Lake. Disney Springs, and kind of just have a relaxed first day, and then it's always our last day. Is also we check out, we put our luggage in with bell services, and then we go swimming. And because I always pack plastic baggies, storage bags, and take our I put our swimsuits in our book bags on our, for carrying on the plane, and so that they don't get everything else wet, I put everything in the plastic bag. So it's always been how we do it. So we swim, and then we do a little Disney Springs for last minute souvenir shopping before we get on the plane, and we always book a really late night flight back home. So we get the max amount of time we can at Disney. So we knew that was probably going to be the same way this trip. So we decided to only do 2 parks. So then we had to pick which park we wanted to do, which is hard to do.
That's like getting rid of children. Right. That's like being like, I can only keep like 2 of 4 kids, and I had to get rid of
that's awful. It was hard.
Hi, Donna.
So we decided to do Magic Kingdom because it's always that's like our we have to do Magic Kingdom. I feel like if you don't do Magic Kingdom, it's like what the heck,
Yeah, it's almost like you didn't even go at all.
Yeah, and then
you really go if you didn't see the castle in person. Right?
Exactly,
right.
So then we picked Magic Kingdom, and then we had to pick what other park. And we thought the best park to pick for a kid-free trip probably would be Epcot.
Yes.
So and we always find that we're like not concentrating on the
your Facebook page.
Cool.
Yeah.
We always end up doing we never do the countries. Like we never really spend time. That we always end up rushing around, So we're like, let's concentrate on the countries. Funny thing is though, we anticipated it taking us much longer in those countries than it actually did. So we were like panicking about, because we had reservations for Tullio Italiana in Italy. So we were like, and that was at 4:40 p.m. So we're like, oh my gosh, we have to get halfway through the countries because it's all the way on the other side. And what time are we going to leave? And it was like we were panicking. We were going to not make it there on time. And we knew we wanted to take the Skyliner one trip, which was going out of our way a little bit because we had to go to Caribbean Beach, get on the Skyliner, to get over to
ride that in.
Yeah, to ride into Epcot. So we were like, let's leave early. So we left like 11 o'clock, right?
God bless you.
No, we left at noon. No, we got in the park at noon.
Yeah. So we left at 11 o'clock, got on the Skyliner, got in, and we're like, we got to do this. We got to do this. And we're like, we literally took our time. We went in all the little shops. We saw like a lot of, we saw Alice in Wonderland, and we walked around and did all sorts of good, fun stuff.
Every country, every stand,
went in all the little
every
stores,
shop, everything.
And then we get over to Germany, which you all know Germany is literally right before Italy. And I look at the clock and I go, it's 2 o'clock. What are we going to do for 2 hours and 40 minutes?
Julio's like 100 yards from Germany. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was very close. So
we walked into the beer garden. We'd never been in the beer garden. Well, Mike's been in the beer garden when he was a kid, but he never, and he ate there when he was a kid. But as a family, we've never been in. And I've never been in. So I wanted to just kind of go in and check it out. So we walked into the beer garden, and all those smells smacked me in the face.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like a stepbrother. Honest to God. I was like
that is like fat guy heaven in there.
I'm telling you. And I was like, I was not hungry, and now I'm starving. So we're like, what do we do? What do we do? So there's that little, I don't remember what the name of it is, but there's the little quick service that's like right in the beer garden restaurant there when you first walk in.
We went.
So we went and got a bratwurst.
You've been there, Marie?
Have you been in there, Marie?
Yeah. We've got in there.
The beer garden's one of our favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We used to go there.
Well, we said we're going to definitely do it next time.
We're not missing it next time.
It's a lot of fun. It really is.
I can't wait. I'm
it's like
excited.
A whole experience, right?
Yeah, for sure. So we ended up getting a bratwurst sandwich on like a pretzel bun type thing, and then paprika chips. And it was delicious. We shared it because I didn't want to eat like too much. But that bread is so thick.
The pretzel.
It didn't matter if I had half of it. I was like full, and we had like 2 hours to eat yet. So what do? Instead of waiting the 2 hours and trying to go somewhere else, we're like trying to figure out what we should plan, what the strategical move would be. We decided to go over to Tullio's and say, hey, could we get into our reservation early? Mm-hmm. And we've actually walked into that restaurant just as a walk-in reservation. We didn't have to actually wait. So I thought
we've done that before.
Yeah, so I thought, we can give it a try. So we walked in, and I thought, we'll go in, even though I'm not super hungry because I just ate this massive sandwich. I can take home the food back to the resort, and we can eat it later, and that would be fine. And then we can continue our journey along the worlds and hopefully be done by, we'll get some ice cream in France, and then we'll go see the fireworks, and that'll be the end of it. Well, we got in there. They said, yeah, sure, you can make your reservation early. So we got in, we had our food, we just ate very little of it. Of course, our waiter was like giving us bread, which was, again, what I needed for sure, bread. Was more bread. Yeah.
More bread, right. After eating a whole pretzel roll.
Yeah. Yeah, so by the time we got our food, I was like, I took like 2 bites. I was like, I cannot do this. So we packed it up to bring it home. We got some, we went to Japan and got some different kinds of gifts and souvenirs. And then we made our way to France. And I don't even think it was 4 o'clock. And we were like done with all of the, with everything. And at that point, I was like, Mike, should we just go back to the resort and relax? We'll watch the fireworks from our balcony because we were close enough to be able to see them from Magic Kingdom from our balcony, which was really cool. Yeah, that was right from our balcony.
Wow.
We had Lakeview reservations, but the way our room was, we were able to see both the lake and the Magic Kingdom, which it was like amazing. Our room was 7706, so if anybody's interested, anything from 7706, like 7704, like that's a good location.
You know, it's funny too because you guys left. We were talking about it, and I said you can get that perfect view.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have a little bit of everything, and I think you guys got a little bit of everything.
We did. Right? We did. We got really lucky.
Right out the balcony, it was the lake, and then if you just kind of stepped over toward the rail and looked to the left, you could see the castle. It was beautiful.
Yeah,
and even better,
right there. Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. And even better, if you look to your right, you saw Epcot's fireworks. You can't hear anything, and it's not as close, but you could see Epcot's from the right side, from over the lake. So that was really cool. We got like the best of everything.
That describes
so
in a nutshell. You don't see much and can't hear anything.
That's true. But it was definitely that's a good room if anybody could put a room request in 7706, 7704
around that area.
Yeah,
I know.
And the even numbers on that.
I was like, you guys are lucky. I mean, I'm really interested from a person that stayed at Bay Lake a couple times now with my family. And okay, so it needs a renovation, which they're doing, right? So they're just going to start a renovation to the rooms. But aside from that, we absolutely love Bay Lake. So I'm interested to see what you guys think about just being there and then so close to Contemporary and kind of like in that action.
So I told you before, I was not a fan of Contemporary before. Right. It wasn't my thing, and I don't know what it was about it, but we got there, and it took me probably a full day to really kind of get myself immersed into the place and understand it. Mike fell in love immediately. Like he was like, this place is amazing. And I was like, really, because we're Animal Kingdom Lodge DVC owners and we own Saratoga. So I'm not a fan of Saratoga anyway, but there are sleepaway points. But our Animal Kingdom, I love. So I was like, I don't really.
We shouldn't say that. We haven't stayed there yet.
No, we were there.
We
did see it. What really is there more to see?
It looks like Pennsylvania almost. It's like upstate New York. They actually designed it not to have any Florida trees or anything. It's supposed to look like the Northeast.
Yeah,
exactly. Saratoga, New York. And I'm like, I don't want to see New York. I'm in Florida. I want it to look like Florida.
Right. I want Florida. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
exactly. Yep.
When I vacation in Florida, Matt Stash wants to know, did you guys do Ratatouille in Epcot?
We did not.
We didn't.
And it's one of my favorite rides.
Yeah, it's terrific.
Yeah. So, yeah, we did it. I mean, we've done it before.
We've done it before. We just didn't do it this trip. And it was our plan to.
It was our plan.
It was so wretched hot. We were just like.
Oh, yeah.
We had overate. We were like too hot. And it was like, we were like, we've already seen the fireworks. And to be quite honest with you, I don't know what everybody else's thoughts are on Epcot's fireworks. I like them. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate them. But I think they're very sad. They talk about death and stuff, and I was just like, I wasn't in the mood to do that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it live, but I did, when it first came out and watched some vlogs. That music and the whole narrating is incredibly sad. So,
it is. Well, I cried, and I wasn't happy tears. I was like, this is not what I want to do at Disney.
Yeah, you don't want to really be depressed on your vacation at Disney World.
I thought it tough. Epcot's fireworks were awesome.
Yeah, I mean, they're not bad fireworks. It's just, I just wasn't in the mood.
It's like, death and sadness and, fireworks. Let's talk about more sad stuff. Oh, would you like a cookie, Mike? And death and sadness. It's like, I don't, that's not, illuminations or, tapestry of nations to me.
It's not all sad. It's just very up and down, emotionally. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So
life.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, let's go back and watch the happy ones from Magic Kingdom from our balcony.
Yeah. Let's go back and watch Old Yeller.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Why don't we just put on Charlotte's Web while we're at it,
Bambi.
Well, you know, I gotta say, we gotta say something about the weather.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's Florida summer.
Yeah.
You know, with Florida
Oh,
heat.
this was just-
Then you have
oh my
Walt
God.
Disney World summer and heat, and then you have Animal Kingdom summer and heat.
Oh,
Total different.
forget about it.
Which our friend Animal Kingdom Aaron knows all about.
God bless
You
him.
almost want
Yeah,
you
look
want
at
to
his
walk into
face.
Animal Kingdom
Look at the look on his face.
Yeah.
things just start melting
No,
off you,
man.
and you feel like you're gonna burst into flames around 1 o'clock.
Listen, Aaron is
I know,
young,
it's
but
crazy.
you know why he's so thin? I mean, he
Oh, God.
eats 10,000 calories a day just to stay alive while working at Animal Kingdom. I mean,
I believe that.
Literally.
I believe that. And then
I
he
had
probably
to-
drinks another 5,000 at night.
seriously.
Yeah,
He's like,
I'm
"Shh, don't tell
refueling right
nobody."
now.
He's right.
I knew it.
Now, Animal Kingdom for some reason is
Aaron, how do
like,
you deal with it?
yeah, really.
I don't know.
It is
I don't even
unreal
know how
hot
I
there.
deal with it. We are all dying.
It,
Yeah.
and this summer, I think,
Oh,
was
what's
the hottest
going on
so
over
far
here?
since we've been here.
Oh yeah, and today
Yes.
was
Yeah, it's been the
very
hottest.
spicy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's incredible when you walk out of the park and you walk over to the buses to leave. As soon as you leave the park, the temperature drops 15 degrees.
Yeah, it's
It's like,
weird.
no, it's not that bad. Why are we being a bunch of wimps? Let's just go back in there.
No,
And
it's
it's-
just,
That's because you heard of the bubble. Well, the bubble also amplifies the heat.
yeah,
Yeah.
it holds it in.
I'm always such a Debbie Downer. Anytime we see like new people that haven't been to Disney or haven't been there in years, we'll be like on the bus with them or the monorail. I'll be like, oh, is this your first trip? And we strike up conversation and they'll, have you been to Animal Kingdom yet? And they're like, no, not yet. Like, be prepared. It's about 15 degrees hotter. Like, I'm always like the Debbie Downer. Like, they're like, really? I'm
Well,
like, yeah.
you're giving them a public service announcement.
Exactly.
It's
Don't forget your cooling towels.
Great.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You know,
Animal Kingdom.
Oh yeah, it's a great park. It is. It's just it's always so hot.
in
Right.
the winter and the fall, it's beautiful.
right.
But don't
Yeah.
worry, because at 1 or 2 o'clock we're gonna have a thunderstorm, and you can put your poncho on, and you can live in a sauna.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can definitely lose a whole nother pound during the
Yeah.
rainstorm.
For sure. And then as soon
In a raincoat.
My
Well, you saw-
costume is practically
you saw my
wearing-
picture, right?
Uh,
I'm sorry, Aaron. Go
yeah.
ahead.
Oh, wait a
Maybe-
second.
I was-
I think I have it. Hold on. I'm gonna load it. Where's my depressing picture?
It's bad.
Yeah.
You
Hold
can see
on,
the
I gotta
disappointment
load
on my face.
Yeah.
But then Donna Marie showed up and I was happy.
No, that was afterwards.
That
That was after.
I'll show you
I know,
the-
after the rain, after I took my
That was
My
No,
park
they were there before the rain.
Yeah, we
Remember
showed
they
up
left
before
us
the
to
rain.
go to Haunted Mansion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, on the way to
Yeah,
Haunted
and
Mansion, we saw the
downward.
lightning bolt streak across the sky.
I don't even want to tell you what it looks like. It's just like so sad and bad.
You did
Mike
I was
looks
so
like
sad.
he has been
Well,
taking
here's the thing
advantage
about
of.
that. We had just said goodbye to Donna Marie. We just did Country Bears. Yeah. And so that's before the rain, but you can see the skies are brewing up there,
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And
Yep.
we had just said goodbye. They went to go to Haunted Mansion. We had a lightning lane for Pirates of the Caribbean, and so we had some time in between. So we sit over by Pirates across the way there. They have that as a temporary store at the moment because they're refurbishing, I think, the store that's next to Pirates. So there's
Tortuga
tables.
Tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
over in
right.
Tortuga
That's it.
Tavern.
So they have tables there, and Mike's like, I'm going to sit at a table with an umbrella while we wait. So it starts to pour. I
It was
mean,
a terrible idea.
buckets pour, and he's
You
under
get
the
Tom
umbrella,
Lambs over here.
but his back is getting soaking wet. So I said, take the poncho and put it behind
Puts
your
the lotion
back so
on
your
the
back
basket.
doesn't get wet. So he does like a shawl. He puts it on like a shawl. And he's like, this really works.
He looks
My
so
whole-
upset.
My whole back was soaking wet. She's like, why don't you just put this on? I'm like, because it's 900 degrees with 5,000% humidity.
At this point,
And all you're doing is trapping it in, right?
Yeah.
So I just said, put it over you. And that's what he did.
She's
That's
like-
how it happened.
Yeah, she goes, just put it over you. And I said, that's what I did. And
It's
she
like
caught me at my
pouring-
status moment, I think. the whole
Yeah.
trip. You know what I mean? I was like,
It's so hot underneath those ponchos. It's almost like somebody poured hot asphalt on you
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
oh yeah, it's terrible.
So
in the heat, and you're like, oh yeah, just put it on. Go ahead, cover me in the sweaty
Yeah,
bubble.
it's.
Mm-hmm.
I might have found the secret weapon to the heat though.
Uh,
The hat
So?
that I had on with the brim.
In that picture?
Yeah,
oh, this one.
in that picture. Yes,
Oh yeah, the one
I
that-
found it. I found a guy in
Contemporary. We were in
Contemporary.
contemporary.
who has 2 fans built inside of his hat.
Yes.
In the brim, there are 2 electric fans built
We
into
walked
it.
past him and
Really?
we got about 10 feet
Yeah.
past him. I go, whoa, hold on. And I
Yeah,
back
time.
up and I'm like, excuse me. It's like, I need to know where you got that at. He's like, Amazon, less than $30. I was like,
Oh,
Really?
wow.
So you
So
were
I've
his
been
biggest
shopping
fan.
for him.
Yeah.
it looked a lot like yours, Don, that you wore that day. It
Yeah.
looked a lot like yours, but it was solar powered. So they're solar powered fans that just like throughout the sun all day, like
And
keep you.
they're like 2 4-inch fans.
Yeah.
And they're
Oh,
like high-speed
well,
fans that are really quiet.
Yeah.
I'm
if
like,
they were
that
if they
has
were
to happen.
We gotta look for them.
if they were sweat powered, I
Oh,
think
yes!
Mike,
That's it.
That's it.
you know,
That's it.
yeah, if they were sweat powered,
let's
Mike
see
could
that.
probably cool down the castle with it.
Don, you're 100% right.
Look at that.
Look at that.
God, look at that.
Different
Yep.
colors. $30.
Yeah. It's only
See?
$25. Come on.
Hey, we
And
gotta look for them. Oh my God, that's
Wow.
awesome.
So
Okay, I know what I'm getting for my next trip.
yeah,
I know,
Right.
me too. I also found another person that had a fan
Well,
that
this
you
I've
put
seen before.
on your pants and it blows
Yeah.
You
air.
put your shirt over
up your
top of
shirt.
it. Yeah.
I'm
Those
like,
I've
okay,
seen.
does somebody make it in like a whole belt form that goes all the way around your waist and it just inflates your shirt and just
Right.
pumps your body full of cool
You're
air?
just walking around in a full body
Yeah,
suit like
that-
Barney, just blowing air all over yourself.
I don't care if I'm comfortable.
No, you know what you need?
I don't.
You remember during COVID when those people were wearing those like they look like
Yeah.
mech suits, that are air
They're like
conditioned? That's
minions
what you
almost
need.
serving
You
food.
put one in there
Yeah,
and
you
just
need
let it
that.
blow in your face and your
Yeah.
head.
You look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
I wouldn't care. I
It's a
wouldn't care. Like
PAPR.
I'm cool, you're not.
Cooler. It's
Oh my god.
There's no shame. No shame.
That
No,
when
when
it
it's-
comes
Yeah.
to that heat.
Kim
Oh my
says
God.
she thinks Galaxy's Edge is hotter than Animal Kingdom
And Toy Story.
Really?
and Toy Story.
It's a lot of-
Toy
Ah,
Story
it's-
Land has
it's
no
a lot-
Toy
shade.
Story Land is hot.
It's
Yeah.
You're
it's a
right.
lot of asphalt, and that asphalt
Right.
just
Yeah.
radiates more heat, especially up near Toy Story Land. That's
Yeah.
terrible. Up
That-
Yeah.
So,
That's like Dino Land over in Animal Kingdom. The same thing. That
Yeah.
asphalt,
you-
that
well,
black-
Dino Land's now just a parking lot.
Yeah.
well, not right, but yeah.
Yeah.
That just
Is it?
reflects
They're not
off
put-
of it.
No, they're not.
They're not putting anything
No,
else
they're
in
not
there.
putting anything there, but it's just empty.
Yeah, they've got
Yeah.
nothing there really.
Yeah. But
Well,
Ooh.
that
So,
rain was pretty wild.
yeah.
When you did you guys get stuck in it?
Well,
No, we saw
we
the lightning bolts and
remember
ran
we
into
said,
the
okay, we're going to
restaurant.
go to the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
As we're going to the Haunted Mansion, I'm talking to Maria. Okay, what do you want to do for dinner? You know, we're going to do the Haunted Mansion. Lightning bolt goes across the sky. She goes, we're going to dinner now.
I saw that. I was like,
She was like, okay. So
Can you zoom that in?
makes she makes a hard right turn, and we go into the Diamond Horseshoe Saloon.
Yep.
Oh, there you
I'm
go.
sorry.
And
Diamond
it was-
Horseshoe Saloon's awesome.
Thunder, lightning,
Well,
no.
it was empty, and there was. I don't think they had rotated there was a different
Weird
taste to the
taste,
food this
yeah.
time. Both Marie and I were like, something's not right.
Not so good, huh?
I don't, because we all know that the attendance on the parks are down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is like the worst July in since COVID.
They can't.
Yeah.
Reopened. And we went in there, we're like, okay, there's us and 2 other couples. That's it.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Every sit-down restaurant, when we made a quick check, when we were talking about what we're going to do after the Haunted Mansion,
Mhm.
I brought it up. Every sit-down restaurant in the Magic Kingdom, except for Cinderella's Castle, had walk-up
No.
available.
Nobody ever sees Nobby.
Wow.
What was it? 2, 3 o'clock in the
Aw, hi, kitty.
Yeah, 2, 3 o'clock in the
He's cute.
afternoon. They
That's
walk
snobby,
up.
girl.
You could, all
Wow.
the restaurants.
For she.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
never
no.
see that.
You want to get down? Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys beat that rain at least. But I'll tell you what. Speaking of, did you have to drive in at home or?
We drove through bands of it, so
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
It rained. I don't think it rained super long. Maybe it rained maybe like sporadically
hour,
for maybe a half an hour, and that was it.
No.
Yeah.
Good lifting.
It was
What?
mostly by the time we got done eating
Yeah.
Yeah.
and had the ooey gooey.
Uh-huh.
That was still good. By the time
Mm.
and our waitress
the coffee?
was
Ooh, I'm
Yeah.
addicted
Oh,
to
she
that.
was phenomenal.
That's good.
the waitress was real
That's
good.
fat guy language right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooey gooey.
She was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
You know, like when you
Yeah.
exchange your vows when you get married, all you have to really hear is
Ooey gooey.
offer me ooey gooey for the rest of my life. And you're like, me at ooey gooey. Yeah.
Yeah.
All I have to do is hear that, and I'll sprint across the park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Doesn't matter.
that was good.
And I'll sit down and eat 40,000 calories.
I'll tell you what though, that we were talking about the rain was pretty, typical Florida rain, except
Every day.
that day was a typical Florida storm. The next day,
Ooh.
I have never seen, it was nuts. Like the trees were literally bent over
Mhm.
in half.
Sideways
it was
rain.
crazy.
You experienced
Oh, my
Florida's
God.
sideways rain.
It was insane. I mean, I had the French doors, the sliding doors in our room were like shaking, and all you heard was like woo from the wind.
That was
and
Mike
stuff.
from the other room.
Yeah, it was like
Thinking about it. Ooey gooey.
I was taking a nap. Taking a nap.
Yeah. Ooh.
We were staying at, was it All Star? Was it the movies or? Well, it was one of the All Stars, and it was our last day there, and we had planned to go to Hollywood Studio, and when we opened up the shades, it was death and destruction outside the window.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was like,
That's how
no,
this
I
was.
can't.
That was
And
crazy.
We
were
couldn't
there-
see the lake, and
We
that's
couldn't
right
see
off
the
of
lake.
our
It was
balcony.
50
Well,
feet, or 50,
Crazy.
probably 100 yards from our balcony to like right where the water hit the shoreline.
Mhm.
We
You
couldn't
see it.
see the water at all.
And the lightning and thunder was insane.
That's nuts. Yeah.
We
You
were
could,
So that
you
was the
could
day we
barely
left.
see the rail, the balcony,
Yeah.
the rail that goes around the balcony,
Yeah.
I was getting
which was
so
like 4 or 5 feet off of our door. You could barely see it.
yeah.
That's
But
insane.
oddly enough, that was the day we
Yeah, it
left
was-
Epcot early, just because, like I said, I was hot and done.
Right.
So we would have been stuck in at Epcot. So I'm kind of glad that we left early
Yeah,
that day.
you would have to run like for cover somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Take shelter
Yeah.
somewhere.
I
So-
mean,
But funny with-
video you put
when
out,
you're-
I couldn't
Oh
believe
yeah,
Mhm.
it was crazy. The haunted mansion picture you put up, David, that was a surprise picture that got sent to me. Like, when you get your photo
Mike's
pass.
on his
I
phone and Becky's
dearly
just like, I'm
died.
tired.
I was so tired. We got in there and the heat hit us. This was on Magic Kingdom. It was after the rain.
It's great.
It was our third lightning lane, and so we had to wait for it before we were to leave anyway. And it was like we got in there, and the air conditioner hit us. We sat down, and we were just both like, "Oh, I'm so tired."
Yep.
And I just laid my head. I completely forgot that because you usually, once you've been to Disney multiple times, you tend to know where the cameras and stuff are. But I was just like, my brain checked out, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm in the Haunted Mansion. It's dark, it's quiet, it's like just like smooth, it's cold, and I just lay there.
And I flipped my hat up just because
It was so
I didn't want
hot.
I didn't need the shade inside of the building. But
So when I got that picture later on, I was like, there we are, living our wild life. The two of us in our kid-free trip.
funny.
Woo! Here it is. You want to see what it looks like? That's it. That's crazy without kids, everybody.
Yeah.
There
There
it
was no
is.
alcohol involved.
Not even a
Not even a
lick.
little.
That's just pure. I'm tired and hot.
That's pure adrenaline right there.
I got sweat on my back, and I'm
Soaking
a
wet
ride.
from the knees down.
Oh my God, my hips hurt, his back hurt. We were like, ugh.
Posing.
You know you're a local, Don, when your knees sweat. Yeah.
Well, no, you get soaked from the knees down because of the poncho.
Yeah.
It's like, oh
Yeah.
my God, I can't stand
Right.
wearing that.
You smell like a swamp because you're sweating in the poncho and you're from your knees down, you're soaking wet.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
I wear sandals in the park because I don't like wet
Wet
socks.
sneakers.
So
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah.
wear sandals.
Yep.
Yeah, and you need some.
That's
You
a
kind of
good
need
idea.
open air anywhere you can take it
Mm-hmm.
when you're
Yeah.
at Disney in the summer months. Definitely.
I could swear we did a program once about beating the heat, and my suggestions were Carousel of Progress, Hall of Presidents.
We did that
We
too.
did that too.
Because we were.
Streaking.
Yeah, but the thing is, we go to these places to cool off, and then he falls asleep.
Yeah.
Oh, Carousel of Progress. That ride is straight up nap time. You go in there and just your eyes
love
closed.
I almost next
Instantly,
time
eyes
I'm
closed.
Every time.
gonna try and sit on the back row so I can have something so my head doesn't keep bobbing.
Carousel of Napgras.
Yeah.
Well,
Slide down in the seat, and then you can put your head on the backrest.
Cold.
Oh yeah. Well, we went to see the Frozen show
Yeah,
one
and
time.
yeah,
and
Hollywood Studios,
Hollywood
the sing-along show.
Oh yeah.
The sing-along show, and he fell asleep during it. One of the
Yeah.
actresses called him out after the show.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sleeping.
Well,
Excuse me,
she
sir.
didn't know my name, so she goes, "You know who else took a nap? Santa."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
And
like, oh my
we were in
God.
the first 3 rows, dead
I'm like,
center.
you got
And I was like,
snagged.
Excuse me, sir.
no
You got
privacy.
snagged.
So
You know,
guys- go ahead, Becky.
I just wanted to say quickly, I know that we're running out of time, but I wanted to kind of touch base a little bit on the lightning lane process. So we
Yeah.
bought,
Yeah, but hold on, wait.
yeah,
Do
sure.
you love, or not like? Because I know Mike they like. What is
Oh.
your final? You never told
Yeah.
me. I need to know.
Yeah. So, after the trip was over and I really took a look back at the whole thing and I was like, it really super surprised me how much I liked the resort.
It hits you, right?
It hits you. You are in that magic from the minute you walk there
That's
to
it.
the minute you leave. Because you walk out of your room, you see the castle. You walk out of the room, you see a monorail. You go out to the Contemporary, and it's like the Fantasia store and Mickey Mouse and Chef Mickey and
you go into
Contempo
it,
Cafe.
right?
Yeah, you're right there. The monorail goes right through the Contemporary. I mean, not that I didn't know that part already, but it wasn't something that I stayed in and I walked in and I ate in and I
or found, or really, to be honest, to find important in any way. We didn't think it was anything that had any real value to it whatsoever.
But it really was. I mean, having that Skyway.
Right.
We didn't.
We actually didn't do that, but
We did not do that.
No.
It was just too hot.
It was hot, and we didn't want to waste our our feet. Yeah,
we were complaining about our knees and our backs and
my hips
and her hips and.
But it was just having that
Aaron
Skyway and
She's a young
everything,
kid.
and
Remember the old
he's on that
soul
macadam all the
shit?
time though.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
These are not well. These are not well.
that's Disney.
They're not young anymore.
Yeah.
No. 24,000 steps a day does not do
Yeah,
you well.
No, I guess not.
Wow. That's a
Yeah.
lot.
That's a lot.
God.
But yeah, having that Skyway there, it was just that was just magic. And seeing the fireworks and having them piping that music in on the sky every night. I could see the Disney fireworks every single night. It was just
we do it
beautiful.
almost every night when we
they
stay
do
there,
that.
and
I love it.
I never thought I would like it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I'll be honest with you, I cannot wait to book another trip there with Rowan. I thought Rowan was going to I was like, no, he's not going to like this resort. But I think he would absolutely love that resort.
And
the only thing that I regret, that's good. The only thing I regret is that I did not actually walk over and check out the Contemporary pool. We swam at the Bay Lake pool, but not Contemporary. So I'm curious, how that pool is. But I think Rowan will absolutely love that entire resort.
The pool's okay, but the area in general,
location
of that
resort is the best.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're
that I've stayed at.
There. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are.
And Bay Lake, definitely the pool needs an update, and the rooms do, and the rooms are definitely getting it. But when you talk about renting DVC points
Mhm.
to exchange on your points, it's a great value. I mean, I
It
know
really
for
is.
us, right? Like,
It is.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it's
that's
kinda
one of the reasons I ended up taking the Bay Lake, because again, I had a boardwalk and I had 2 nights, 3 days, and I think it was 72 or 75 points for those 2 nights.
Right.
And then I found the Bay Lake for 3 nights, 4 days, so it was an extra night, and it was less points. It was 52 points.
Yeah.
I mean, you
It's a
couldn't beat it. It was
it's-
like a
I don't
no-brainer.
understand people. I don't know. I never hear people really, and I get it. Like Bay Lake is the resort and world, the language, right? But I think it's fantastic. I love it there. So
Yeah, it definitely
really
changed my
enjoyed
mind for sure.
I love that park or that resort. I love that resort.
Yeah,
it's terrific.
Just the location, to me, I think is one of the things that really make it appealing. Because it's like it's the closest resort to Magic Kingdom.
It's the most
contemporary, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can walk it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the most magic when I'm at Disney World. Being in that area and going over the contemporary is the most magic, other than being in Magic Kingdom, that I feel the whole trip.
Yeah,
You literally are in the
Magic
contemporary
all the time.
Everybody's coming through the contemporary. You're in the Magic. Everything's happening.
Yeah.
Chef Mickey's is there, which people go nuts for. And
Oh,
yeah.
you can see all the Magic Kingdom. It's just crazy. So other than stepping foot into the park, I just,
And even when you're not there, you feel like you're there because all you have to do is look out the window and you see it.
Yeah. And
I definitely 10 out of 10 would recommend that to people.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
if you're looking for a deluxe resort, if you're looking for something to save yourself some value and be in the Disney, fun of it and all have Disney surrounded, obviously you might want to look for something like a value resort where, where it's
a
all
little heavier
Disney.
themed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very themed. But if you're looking for a deluxe resort, but you're still looking for that magic, that's the one. That's definitely the one.
Yeah. Disclosure, this group and show loves Bay Lake.
Oh.
All right. Sorry, I kind of derailed this there, but tell us about your
Lightning
lane. Did you do single use, multi-use, both?
So we did one day of the multi-pass. This is the Lightning Lane multi-pass. I did put up on the Disney Light. Yeah, I did put on now the Disney site the rules and the regulation and how much it costs for that particular day. Because if anybody's looking, go ahead and go back and look at the screen or in the group, and you can see that post. It was cheap. I mean, cheap. You still have to pay, and I have my thoughts on having to pay for the fast passes,
Right.
but whatever. It was $27 a ticket for the day. My problem was, and this is what happened, and I knew this was going to happen, so I'm hoping that next time it won't be like this. But we booked for our first day of the trip was the 28th. So we had the 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st. We knew we were going to the park on the 29th and the 30th, both of our parks. We had Magic Kingdom on the 29th and Epcot on the 30th. Because they just rolled out that program.
Right.
The very first day that it was eligible was the 24th. So everybody who had plans, because you could do, if you stayed on resort, you could do 7 days prior. So everyone who had plans from the 20th to the 30th, because that would have been the 7th, the 3 days or 7 days after then, would have been trying to get Lightning Lanes on the exact same day at the exact same time as me.
Yeah.
Everyone in the world. So I was surprised I got any, to be quite honest. And
Right.
what I had gotten, we ended up getting, you're allowed to pick one of the more, like the rides that most people want, like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Yeah, the upper tier.
Right. So we ended up getting the Jungle Cruise as our upper tier. And then you're allowed to pick 2 more then of your lower tier ones, which we got Pirates of the Caribbean and Haunted Mansion. And I was really surprised that we got what we got, honestly. But the problem lied, though, was our very first one was the Jungle Cruise, and it wasn't until 1:30 in the afternoon. Yeah. And then we couldn't get another one until 4:05 in the afternoon. And then the next one was at 4:55. So if you're planning on getting there in the morning and hoping to get these lightning lanes, you can't get a lightning lane until you use your first lightning lane. It's not about being in the park or anything like that. It's just literally you have to use your first lightning lane before you can get another one. So we were not even going to, there's no way we could have even taken advantage of that until 1:30. So it was hard to try to figure out, was that worth it for us, the $27? Because half of our day was over. So we pretty much
brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we pretty much got very close to rope dropping. We didn't exactly get to rope dropping, but we were only like 15 minutes from rope dropping. We got in and we ended up doing the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin, and then we went right over to People Mover, and then we went from there and walked over to the circus area. I forget, Big Top area.
Yeah.
And we used to do all the smell-o-phants with Sensi. We wanted to smell them and see what that was all about. I took pictures of them, which was really cool when they smelled. But some of them I think are just not working anymore. You couldn't smell them at all. Yeah. But when you were there, you could smell some of them. They were really neat. Then from there we went to over to we went around the back way and went to where the Little Mermaid is and Gaston's. We got a cinnamon roll, and then we did Winnie the Pooh. And then from Winnie the Pooh, we walked. Where did we go after Winnie the Pooh? We got our tater tots at Friar's Nook, and then we went on this. It's a Small World. Peter Pan's flight is down. It's under refurbishment, so we couldn't get on that because that would have been my fancy lane, probably my fancy one. But so we went on into Small World, and then from there we walked to the train, and then when we met Don and Marie for the train ride. We took the train ride, which was Mike's and my first time on the train. And then from there, we went to go see the Country Bear Jamboree, because we wanted it all to see the new version of the Country Bears. I lie. I'm sorry. That's when we did the Jungle Cruise. You guys went to go on Pirates, and we did Jungle Cruise. And then we met back up and did the Country Bear Jamboree. So we ended up going in between our first lightning lane and our next one and we spent the time with Donna Marie. Did you guys, I really liked that new version. I thought it was really cute.
I loved it.
I mean, of course, I'll miss the original, but I'm not unhappy with the new one.
No, me either. I thought it was really cute.
It looked cute from the videos I seen of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys left out your Dole Whip break.
Oh yes, we took a Dole, of course.
Yeah, we did.
Of course. We actually had 2 Dole Whip breaks that day, but who's counting? Yeah. But yeah, we had a raspberry. It was a raspberry float one. It was delicious.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, okay. So that's an Epcot in the American Pavilion. Our tradition since Rowan has been wee little. He just one day randomly sat up on here. It was one of his kind of most of you all know that Rowan has autism, and in the very beginning it was rough. Disney was pretty rough for him, and he was very sensitive to everything. And he would get very hot, obviously, like all of us. And I remember going on our first trip, and we got to the American Pavilion, and Rowan took a beeline for that fountain, and he literally almost jumped in it like it was a pool. But instead, he was sitting on it, and he was just splashing himself with water. He was soaking wet, and I was like, "Oh, this is not a pool," And so he just out of the blue sat himself in across his legs, and he did the whole yoga pose thing, and I literally died laughing. Yeah. And so we took a picture of him. So every year,
Rafiki in The Lion King, he does that.
Yeah.
In the movie, it's just like that.
So every year when we go there, it's a tradition to take Rowan's picture in that same area, in that same spot, on that part of that fountain. So because it was a kid-free trip, we didn't have Rowan. I was like, we got to keep the tradition alive. So I took one for the team and did it, and then he sent it to Rowan and was like, we kept the tradition going, Ro.
I was gonna say, and of course you didn't send it to Rowan. Let him know.
Oh, we did. Oh, we sure did.
Oh, we did. We absolutely did.
We picked on him so bad. We sent him pictures of Gideon's. We sent him pictures of the kitchen sink. All the things we said we were going to do with him. We're like, look what Dad's eating. Look what Dad did. Even though he didn't do any of those. We purposely didn't do any of them. But we kept sending them to him. He's like, you guys stink. Like he was so mad at us.
I walked by Gideon's and I snapped a few pictures of Gideon's. Like we were there. We just walked
past it. We didn't actually go in it.
Don't worry. I said, don't worry, dude. We didn't actually go there.
We spilled the beans later, but we did do that. So that's what I was doing on that one.
Did you end up going to Earl's Sandwich?
We walked over there, and there's a menu on the outside.
Yeah.
And we looked at it, and there was the turkey one was there. We almost thought about getting that. But we ended up not really seeing something that really like stood out that we wanted.
Yeah.
So we actually went over to Deluxe Burger and got some chicken sandwiches. And I wanted to try all the sauces and stuff. So I was like, I dipped all there. That's my sandwich. I got a kids meal actually. That's Mike's. That was the buffalo chicken one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he really liked it. And mine was grilled chicken. Mine wasn't crispy. It was grilled, and it was the kids meal. And it was enough for me to eat the sandwich, and Mike and I to share the fries. So that actually
I was gonna say
that was a deluxe
adult-sized meal.
Yeah, it was. No, we were there. We had burgers there once before that were really good. But it was like, again, it was so hot. We shared a lot of our food because it was just so hot. And when you get hot, you just don't always want to eat,
Right.
Yeah.
You're not going to sit down at Liberty Tree Tavern. You know what I mean? That's not.
No. And have that full
meal.
No.
No way.
Well, unless it's pouring rain out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, then of course. You have to make an excuse to go there.
Yeah.
The what was it? Glazed, the donut place.
Everglazed.
We tried on a fluke where it's like, hey, let me try that chicken sandwich everyone raised. It's a glazed donut chicken sandwich, and I didn't think I was gonna like it because I'm not over the top donut person.
Oh.
And I thought
slide a few of those my way. Slide a few of those to this guy.
Don't let him touch the screen though. T9 said everyone raves about Earl of Sandwich. In my opinion, there are much better places to eat at Disney Springs.
Well, we like the holiday. Well, if we're going down to, if we're staying on property and we end up in Disney Springs, we'll get the holiday hero to go back to the room.
Yeah.
We'll eat it later
We did. We also, that's the one thing we did do that reminds me. We did we got mobile ordered for Steakhouse 71 our first night there, and I was like over the moon happy that we got Steakhouse 71 because we didn't have reservations, so we shared. We shared. What did we get? We got chicken. It was like a roasted chicken with vegetable. They call it like their mixed vegetables, which really was like green beans and carrots and like potatoes, like roasted potatoes. And it was over honey carrot puree. And then I ordered a macaroni and cheese, and we shared the meal. And Mike was like, I'm not eating carrot puree. Like, I'm not a baby. I'm not doing this.
I'm not eating baby food. Right?
So I was like, I'll eat it, whatever. We got that, and then we tasted it.
Listen, I would slather that crap on anything.
It was so good.
My throat.
It was delicious.
It is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, try it then.
Oh, it's so good.
Well,
it was really, really good.
You're not going to eat it without trying it.
Definitely.
But unfortunately,
it is fantastic.
There's only one good dessert at Steakhouse 71. The last dessert I had was some kind of
you guys were not happy.
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah. We Kim and I went out in February for our anniversary and went to a really nice restaurant. And she was like, "What do you want for the dessert?" And I'm like, "I want the figgy pudding." There's a white chocolate, like honey bread pudding. She's like, "I don't want that." And I'm like, "Well, that's what I want. You said I could pick." So we got it. And it's the same thing. Like, Mike, I could just picture you. Kim was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to like this." And then, there was just spoonful after spoonful in the mouth. And I'm like, Wait a second, time out on the figgy pudding. I want some figgy pudding. like you can't
That's
help
what
yourself,
happens.
you
Most
know?
time you think you're not gonna like it, and then you wind up loving it.
Yeah, she loved
Yeah.
it. She was like, "Oh my god, this is one of the best desserts I've ever had in my life."
We were like literally taking like our green beans and our potatoes and our chicken. We're trying to get every
Dredging it.
last, every last little nook and cranny of the plastic.
Scraping it off the-
It
Going
was
up to
so
the
good.
cardboard box that
Steakhouse
came in, right?
71. Yeah, they're just pouring like pureed potatoes in your hands.
Yeah, there was no. Yeah, there was nothing good about that. I was not being like clear at all. I was just like licking from the plate. I didn't even care. I mean, I was in my room, so I didn't care. But like, it was delicious.
Yeah.
No shame.
And being on Bay Lake, you have the privilege of doing Steakhouse 71 mobile, which is another perk of being at Bay Lake.
It's another right. I'm so
Yeah.
happy
It's a
you
plus
guys
for sure.
enjoyed your trip.
We
overall,
loved it.
like,
We had a
stay at Bay
blast.
Lake. Like, I can't rave enough about Bay Lake and its proximity to Magic Kingdom, to the Contemporary, to the Magic. Like, I really think more people should go that way or visit and see it and just kind of be a part of that magic. There's a lot of different restaurants on the first floor by the bus stop over at Contemporary, because when you stay at Bay Lake, you got to take Contemporary's bus stop. There's a coffee place right there. You know, delicious coffee. They've got donuts and stuff. We would stop there every morning, get a coffee or whatever on the way out to the bus when we were taking the bus. So I just can't say enough good things about it.
Yeah. And you guys,
and it smells good.
Yeah.
Did you notice it when you walk in? Whatever their smell that they have pumping into there. Oh my God!
It is a terrific smell.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's delicious. Yeah, we ate at Contemporary Cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get,
What's up, Don?
the Dole Whip cupcake?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
We got the
I think so,
cupcake.
right?
We got the Incredibles ones. They're to me they're sweet. They're very sweet, but I have to be very careful with all my icings. But
And the kitchen sink cookie
oh yeah,
from Contemporary.
Yeah, I didn't do that
The
one.
fat guy's drink.
you have to try that. That's very good.
The
Get
Dole
three.
Whip cupcake, if you like Dole Whip, the Dole Whip cupcake literally is like having the taste of a Dole Whip in a cupcake. It was so good. I bought one night. We were just hanging out with Jason and Chris, and I got one, and I ate the whole thing by myself. I don't even remember like asking anybody, "Do you want to try it?" Like I didn't even want to offer it. You know?
No, you just it's yours.
It's good for sure.
Yeah.
And
nobody else can.
They
have
had
it.
good
That's it.
they had some good food there too at the Contempo Cafe. So that was good.
Doing a live show.
Yeah.
How you doing, brother? Almost done. Oh my
So
God.
our next trip is in September. We're staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge, Savannah View.
Ooh,
Nice. Well,
So-
all right. What Jumbo?
that's our favorite.
Johnny.
I can't remember which one I booked in.
Okay.
I think you said Jumbo.
Jumbo.
Jumbo House.
If you get
Jumbo.
Jumbo is really good. You know what? That little fun fact for people who are interested in looking into it's like renting points from DVC, because that's another thing you can do is rent other people's DVC points to go to be able to go into these DVC
Right.
different resorts. But if you're interested in Animal Kingdom, if you book through Jumbo House, it doesn't matter if you get Savannah or Standard, and you're going to pay less for Standard View, but you're not going to get a bad view. You're either going to get the pool or the Savannah in Jumbo House. Now, Kidani is a whole other story. You could if you book Standard, there's a very good possibility you can get a parking lot view, which is not fun. But
So,
in Jumbo,
we used our DVC points. I had 22 points I had to use by end of September or lose them. So it's like, well, let's go to, but that will pay for one night, and then we'll borrow points from next year to pay for the second night.
Yeah. And that's it's another resort that you could do a staycation at Animal Kingdom. I mean, I think we've talked about it. Yeah.
There's a lot to do there.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
There's a lot to do.
I'm excited
there.
for you, Marie.
Another beautiful resort. Yeah. So
We stayed
I'm
there
so
once
happy you guys
before.
had fun on your childless trip and your
we
Walt
did.
Disney
We'll be
World
back in
visit.
March, but we'll have kids this time. So
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Guess
like
what?
fireworks.
Our iPhone 15 now does.
Yeah.
Yeah, look
So
at that.
See,
Oh,
that's
not
what
cool
it
like
is.
that.
It's got to be a new.
No.
A
I just have
newer
cool
version.
shirts
What do you do, Tim?
instead.
We're not
I don't have
advanced
anything.
enough.
Yeah. I'd like
Well, I
to
don't know.
again
She,
remind
what did you do?
everybody.
You did
I
it.
just put my thumbs up and that's what came up.
Yeah,
Cool.
Marie,
Look.
do what Aaron's doing. So
Do it,
give a peace sign now.
One at a time. One hand.
Yep.
A little away.
Back
bring
it up.
away.
Back it up. Back it up.
Back that thing
All right.
up.
A nice solid 2.
There you go. See, Aaron's
Drop
got
yours,
it.
hon.
Freaking
You drop yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. You got your
Hey.
balloons.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The
Cool.
possibilities are endless.
I know.
So we'll be back next Saturday. I will still be on vacation, but we'll be able to do a show. And I think maybe next Saturday we will get back to our ranking of the resorts. Maybe we'll just dive into the deluxe resorts, like we talked about doing a whole episode.
Mm-hmm.
So
For sure.
yeah, I think that's something that we could do for next weekend. And yeah, I've got to go home tomorrow and head to work on Monday, but I get to come back on vacation Monday after work. So then I'm on vacation all the weekend, following weekend. So
we could also do the shortest show in our history. We could, rank our favorite cast members. And,
Aaron.
Well, okay, Aaron. Show over.
Show's
You
over.
win.
You win.
Aaron.
Yay! Where's the balloons? Where's the
Aaron
balloons?
Tapiano, Kingdom Aaron.
There you go. See.
You get
Please
fireworks
give
from me.
him a cast member compliment. Or you're not allowed to be tipped, are you?
No, I wish.
No. All right, that's a whole different show. All right.
That is a different show. That is a different show.
Sometime we'll take you to lunch as a tip sometime,
Yeah,
Aaron.
exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I'll give you a tip. Play the lottery. Hey, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in tonight and all of my co-hosts for joining tonight. As always, we appreciate the fact that you guys take time out to hang out with us on a Saturday night. And we love you guys. And here's our little intro. And this is how we say goodbye. I hope everybody has a good rest of your night.
Thank you for watching our trip.
Have a good weekend.
Jumbo, everyone.
Bye.
Enjoyed meeting up with